All right, folks, what is going on? This is episode 308 of the First and Frame Rate Show. I am VF Baller, and there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot going on with what's happening right now with the Atlanta Falcons, Houston Texans, and everybody around this whole situation. Panthers, Saints, who else? The Browns. It's just so much going on. And we're going to cover all of that. This is a very fluid story. It's been going on for the past 24 hours. I've been up to the wee early of the morning to put this together. I wanted to wait till the last second to give you this information. It's nothing that I know that's new, but I'm giving you just the most up-to-date situation. And I'm going to give you my thoughts and opinions about it because this could be a really big mess. This could be a really big problem. You thought the Calvin Ridley thing was an issue. The front office handled that very well. I commend them for that, but this could be just as bad, if not worse, as far as setting the franchise back if everything don't fall into place. So we're going to talk about that, and we're going to get into everything under that umbrella as far as the fan base and the front office, and I'm going to give you my thoughts and opinions about all that. If this is your first time here, welcome to the First and Frame Rate Show. I am VF Baller. Over here we talk about Georgia Southern football and Atlanta Falcons football. Georgia Southern football is on the back burner right now, for obvious reasons. They're going to be practicing starting on the 22nd. I'm going to cover it at that time, but right now this is huge just going on right now in Atlanta with the whole Deshaun Watson thing. I got an article right here. I will put the link down in the description. So I will give you the chance to look at the article that I'm going to be following. I'm going to follow that. I'm going to give you my opinion about people in our fan base, and then I ain't calling no names, but just what I see as far as the reaction of everything, and also how I feel about what the front office is doing, and I'm gonna give you my 2 cents on all of this stuff. So without a doubt, if this, like I said, if this is your first time here, welcome. Hit the like button, share this podcast, subscribe to the channels if you haven't already. I'm on YouTube and Rumble. I'm also on Anchor, Google, Spotify, Apple, and Stitcher if you want to listen to the audio side of this. Also, if you want to donate, the links are all down in the description. All right, let's go ahead and get into this because I don't want to hold you guys up. It's been a lot going on, and basically, there's been details that have been put out about this whole Deshaun Watson meeting with the Falcons. Obviously, I don't know if you don't know, but if you do, obviously, in situations like this, when a guy has a no trade clause, the team has to submit a trade proposal to the team for a team to have a meeting with the player. So that's already on the table. Atlanta's already have submitted a trade proposal to the Texans. And for all intents and purposes, the Texans they must be like what they see, because it has many steps to go before they get to the point where they can meet with him. So whatever trade Atlanta's put out there, it's already been a thumbs up for the Texans that they may like the trade. And at the end of the day, it's just up to Deshaun Watson to waive his no trade clause and go to a said team. And I think the other teams in play have done that as well. The Panthers, the Saints, and I think the Browns have as well. I'm not sure about the Browns, but I mostly cover the NFC South. So whatever the case may be, everybody else is here. Based on what this article say, ProFootballNetwork.com, like I said, the link will be down in the description. It says the details are: the Falcons rolled out the proverbial red carpet for the Georgia native at the Flowery Branch headquarters, making an impressive presentation about their vision for him as their potential franchise quarterback. Now, mind you, Deshaun Watson is 26. So he could play for the next 10, 12, hell, you think about it, maybe 15 years. You got quarterbacks playing in their 40s now, so he could possibly play till he's 41. That's 15 years of being on a team. It's possible. It was a powerful draw for Watson, playing near his hometown of Gainesville, Georgia. Now, if you don't know what Gainesville, Georgia is, it's basically on the other side of Flowery Branch. If you're leaving Atlanta, you're leaving Atlanta going up 85, you pass Flowery Branch, Gainesville is probably like another 20 minutes on the other side. Depends on how fast you drive on 85, whatever the case may be. Let's see. For the franchise, playing near his hometown, Gainesville, Georgia, for the franchise, he grew up working as a ball boy and idolized his friend and mentor, former star quarterback Michael Vick. So, there's a lot of ties with Deshaun Watson. Basically, he's been the ball boy for the Atlanta Falcons, mentor and friend of Michael Vick. He was a beneficiary to one of the Warwick Dunn Foundation of the, getting, single mothers, getting, being homeowners. Warwick Dunn did a phenomenal job of doing that, putting that foundation together. One of the best, if not the best foundation I've seen a player do in the NFL. That's just my opinion. I'm going to stick with that because that was just great. A great move that Warwick Dunn has done. And, Deshaun Watson was a beneficiary of that. You love to see how things come full circle. Whether Watson ultimately chooses the Falcons or opts for the team regarded as a leader for his services, New Orleans Saints remain the biggest plot line for the NFL offseason. We know that. Watson is one of the most dynamic players in the game, regardless of position, and the top player available via league and trade. Falcons meeting followed previous meetings and trade proposals from the Cleveland Browns, Saints, and Panthers. So we were the last team that actually got a meeting with him. And usually that's a really good thing in most cases. And those and another thing, those meetings were in Houston. So Cleveland had, and New Orleans and the Panthers had to go to Houston to talk to him. He came to Flowery Branch. So that's a really big deal. No trade is imminent at this time as Watson continues to contemplate which team he would waive his no trade clause for per league sources. This is what the Texans want from what I hear. This is an insight to the Falcons' trade interest. It's all in the link. It's all in the link. All in the article. The Texans want 3 first-round picks, additional draft capital, and perhaps a player or two. So draft capital means second-round picks or lower. So the Falcons are going to be giving up a good bit if this is the case. The Falcons hold the 8th overall pick in the first round and an additional pair of second-round selections. Number 340 overall and number 58. And I'm going to tell you right now, let me finish. One league source theorized that it could be a part of the prospective trade with the Texans Falcons cornerback A.J. Terrell. Now that will suck. Now don't get me wrong. I'm gonna tell you, I don't have a problem. I'm gonna tell you this. Like I'm already been on record saying that we should not trade Matt Ryan. I've been on record saying it. And I'm gonna stick with that. But I also said it has to be a move that's too good to be true. Now, depending on if it's just for this year, maybe next year. If you're going to give up 3 first-round picks, then that's where it gets dicey. See, I'm not on board with this. You're going to give up 3 first-round picks and more draft capital. Now, it's a good thing to have the two second-round picks this year, because what you could do. And this is my thing. If you're going to give up a first now and first later, maybe one of the second round picks, or hell, even both of the draft picks of the second round this year, and Matt Ryan, I can see it happening. I'm not on board with it, but I can see it happening. And I'm going to get into that a little bit later as far as like what I see and what I feel. I'm definitely going to, get into that. So if it's 3 first round picks, you're probably talking about the next 3 years you don't have a first round pick. Yeah, that could hurt. That big time, that could hurt. Now, if you give up 3 first round picks going forward and giving the 2 for this year, you're not going to have a pick into the 3rd round. You can find some good players in the 2nd round next year and the year after. You could do that, but that's a little bit high. I will say that's a little bit high. I'm not on board with this, but apparently, whatever the trade that the Falcons gave to the Texans, they're on board with it. This is the reason why Deshaun Watson is, talking to the Falcons right now. So something is there. Now, I'm not going to get too much more into this. I mean, you can read the rest of this as far as the article. I don't want to go too much further in it because that'll just me be, reading the entire time. But you kind of got the gist of what's happening here. Basically, the Falcons have put up a pretty high price for Deshaun Watson. Terry Fontenot and Arthur Smith are all in on this. They already told Matt Ryan that this could be the case. And I would like for them to do right by Matt Ryan if this whole thing goes down. But what if it don't go down? What if it don't? That's going to be a really big issue. And I'm going to talk about that as well. First and foremost, I want to get into my thoughts and opinion about the actual trade if it goes down, and I'm going to double back on Matt Ryan. I'm going to talk about everybody under that umbrella as far as the reaction. I still feel that Matt Ryan should not be traded. I feel that he shouldn't. But if this goes down, I understand it. Because these type of quarterbacks they don't come around very often, and they're not cheap. You're possibly looking at a situation where you're going to be turning your franchise around for a quarterback that's literally 11 years younger. Or is it 11 or 9? It's 9 years younger. I'm sorry. He's 9 years younger. Matt Ryan's 37. Deshaun Watson's 26. He could play for another 10 to 12 to 15 years for the franchise. And if you give up 3 first-round picks, if you hit on all your draft pieces, if you turn around and get some good free agents in here, we may not miss a step. That's the logic side of me looking at that. The way I feel, the emotional side, this shouldn't even be coming up personally. I think we should look for a quarterback later on in the next year or so. We just, run its course and try to win with the quarterback we have. And if it don't work out, you get another quarterback in the draft or whatever the case may be. Betting the farm or betting, your future for the next 2 or 3 years is a steep price to pay. But I will say this. Deshaun Watson, you can make a argument that he's worth it, football wise. Now I know there's a lot of people out here where I say this is the speculation side that could create a mess. There's people out here don't want him just because of the allegations that he had alone. Excuse me. They don't want him on the team. There are some people who claim to be journalists. There are some people out here who claim to be, big time Twitter info people that follow the Falcons, big fan of the Falcons, say they don't want to be fans of the Falcons anymore because of this. I'm not saying it's ridiculous. Whatever you want to do, you do it. I don't have a problem with whatever you do or whatever the case may be. But over here, I look at it from a team standpoint, and no one man is bigger than the team. Now, I know that sounds weird because Deshaun Watson is probably going to gut this entire team for that, but no one man is bigger than the team. I'm going to rock with this team regardless. I don't care if Watson's the quarterback, Matt Ryan's the quarterback, AJ McCarron, Felipe Franks, Josh Rosen. Hell, it doesn't matter. It just don't. Matt Schaub could come out of retirement. I'm still going to rock with this team. So my thing is, this is the bet that you lay in when you look at the front office and who they have and the work that they do. As fans, yes, we could be all a bit out of shape about things. We could feel some type of way about things. But at the end of the day, I feel, me personally, you still have to rock with the person you bought that you brought to the dance. And this is my team. So it's a mess because there's a lot of people out here that are just really, there's people out here trying to play a role. And I'm just going to say it like that. There's people out here trying to play a role of the bad guy. They're trying to play the role of the good guy. They're just trying to play the role of somewhat of attention seekers. And I'm not even going, I don't want to cause drama. I don't want to do it, but it creates it creates unnecessary messes when you don't know stuff. It creates a mess when you don't know what's going on. I'm saying I don't know anything. That's why I sat back and waited. I will respond to whatever I see that comes across the wire, but I'm not about to sit here and just speculate and just get on the soapbox as soon as I hear something when I don't know. Most of the time when this stuff is put out there, they don't even know. So the fan base is always been in this, especially the Falcons fan base has always been in this turmoil because they speculate and they throw their opinions and they wear their feelings on their sleeve immediately. Now, I'm not saying there's a bad thing because I think there's 28, 30, 31 other teams that do the same thing. So it's never going to stop. But I'm going to just point it out because if you're somebody that's looking at this stuff and don't know what's really going on and you're trying to figure out why people do this type of stuff, it's because some people just want a reaction out of certain things. Some people do. It is what it is, and it's fine. It's all to play up for. It's all to play up for what you want to accomplish. That's cool. Don't have a problem with that. But to me, over here at First and Frame Race, I have to be. I only can be who I am, and I can't say that they're not. They probably are being who they are, but I only can be who I am. And I'm going to look at things logically based on what I see. Now I'm going to have feelings. I'm to be honest with you, I'm low key really upset that this whole situation is going down, because what if you don't land Deshaun Watson? Where does that put Matt Ryan? Where does that put Matt Ryan if you don't land Deshaun Watson? It causes a big rift. If I was Matt Ryan, I wouldn't want to play. I probably would not want to play with the Falcons anymore. I probably wouldn't. I mean, he got nerves of steel. He got ice in his veins. I don't ice water in his veins. I don't know. But they came to him and told him, "Look, we're going to be going after Deshaun Watson." What does that mean for Matt Ryan? How does he feel about that? It's something to think about. With that being said, the front office, whatever mess they make, I hope they got a plan to fix this. Regardless if Deshaun Watson comes on the team, Matt Ryan's coming back, or both of them are not going to be there, and you got to deal with Josh Rosen or Felipe Franks. They got to find a way to keep this afloat, because you're in year 2 of making this right. You're in year 2 of making this right. You don't want to mess up the ship this early. Now, I will say this. Something is going on. Something serious is going on. And I'm going to talk about that right now. The Falcons have followed Deshaun Watson on social media. Now, I know a lot of people sit there, don't make this a big deal, but they turn around and make it a big deal when Kyler Murray does it. That's a whole nother story. So the Falcons are following Deshaun Watson. I don't know if it's vice versa yet. I didn't look. I don't follow Deshaun Watson. I don't know. But that's a big deal. There hasn't been a decision yet. That could mean something. I just feel that this is something that's much more significant than what it is. I gut feeling. I could be wrong, but this is my gut feeling. My gut feeling is that Deshaun Watson is going to be a Falcon. That's just my gut feeling. Now, what they do from there as far as giving up all this draft capital and possibly giving up an AJ Terrell, I don't know what they're going to do with that. Because you're going to need some defense. We already talked about all the things you need. That's just, gut feeling. I feel that I want that gut feeling to be wrong, but I have a deep down feeling that he's going to be a Falcon. If I'm wrong, that's cool. But if he's not a Falcon, what you going to do about Matt Ryan? What are you going to do about that? That's going to be a really big issue. I don't even know how that is. How do you come back to a quarterback after you said, "Hey, we're going to try to gut this franchise and get another guy in here to replace you," but all of a sudden now you want him back? How does that work? I don't know. There's been a lot of speculation going on, and the way things have been playing out, maybe the Saints, maybe. I don't know. I just look at the hometown situation, the draft picks that are available, just that whole situation, how the Falcons did with the meeting, how they were able to get a meeting at Flowery Branch. It just all lines up that this guy's going to be a Falcon. It lines up that's where my gut feeling comes from. Logically, I don't think it happens. I think he may go to the Saints. I see him going to the Saints. That could be a real possibility. They have more pieces over there as far as players to play with. But when you're playing for your hometown team that you grew up with from ever since you was a young kid, it goes back and forth. It goes back and forth. I just, my thing at the end of the day, a lot of people have a lot of emotions about this. I try to keep mine out of it. I don't try to wear them on my sleeve to the point where it's, I'm saying outlandish things. I've seen a lot of people on Twitter doing that. Some people that are, Matt Ryan, pro Matt Ryan. Some people are pro Deshaun Watson. Some people that just want to see the Falcons burn, no matter who's at quarterback. Seen a lot of that. And I've been a Falcons fan for over 20 years. Should have been longer than that, but I've been I'll say since 93, so almost 20 years. I should have been a Falcons fan longer than that, but I done went down that story, and we'll talk about that another time. But I've seen it all. I've seen it all since 1993. I've seen the 95 playoff run, the 98 Super Bowl Dirty Birds, the Michael Vick situation. We got rid of Tim Dwight. We traded him, and they ended up getting LaDainian Tomlinson for Michael Vick. The Michael Vick injury, the infamous wheelchair push off the blank, dog fighting. I've seen it all. I've seen enough. I know a lot of Falcons fans saw enough. Do I need to go any further after the Bobby Petrino era? I've seen a lot, and I've gotten to the point where none of this stuff really fazes me anymore. If it happens, it happens. I just give you my gut feeling. I talk from a fan standpoint where I don't let it get to me. But I see a lot of people. I see this has gotten to a lot of people. Like I said, it created a huge mess for her fan base. But what else is new? I just hope it don't create a huge mess for the front office, and they got to dig themselves out of a hole for the next 4 or 5 years, and all of a sudden, Fontenot and Arthur Smith is looking for a job after year 4 of their tenure as in the Falcons front office. That will be a disaster, because if you just stand pat with Matt Ryan, you legitimately have a chance to do something. I don't care what anybody says. I think if you have Matt Ryan, you have a legitimate chance to do something. You just need to get a few pieces around him. And speaking of pieces, before I close, Jarvis Landry is supposed to be coming to the Falcons to, have a visit. Y'all don't think that got something to do with Deshaun Watson? I think it does. So there's more speculation to say that he may be coming to the Falcons. Speaking of another wide receiver, how about Julio Jones? Julio Jones got waived by the Titans, man. I hate to see people lose their job, but bro, the way you did our team, boy, it's funny how things happen. If you like this content, hit the like button, share this video, share this podcast, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm on YouTube and Rumble. If you want to catch me on the podcast avenue, I am on Google, Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, and Anchor. I think I said all of that's right. So if you want to listen to the audio side of this without the video stuff, you can subscribe to those avenues. And I think they have an auto download avenue where you can hit the auto download. As soon as I upload the episode, it should download automatically to your device, so you'll be ready to listen. Also, give me a 5-star rating on that star chart. Also, give me some feedback. Let me know what I'm doing right. Let me know what I'm doing wrong. Also, if you would really have the desire to, you could donate via any of the avenues I have in the description, and that would be much appreciated. Either way, if you're just here listening, I appreciate that, and I cannot thank you guys enough. All right, y'all. I am going to get me some rest. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Thursday. You guys take it easy. Oh, also, happy St. Patrick's Day. You guys take it easy. You guys be blessed. Have a good one. Peace.